Hello, folks. I'm Steve.
And I'm Debbie.
And we are here in our camper. And today we want to talk to you about how we picked out this camper for us. We have a lot of people. Well, it's kind of a running joke. Little background. We've been married 8 years, and we've had 4 campers. And of course, the family thinks we're crazy, but we decided it was time to get a camper again. So when we went camper shopping, because we kind of knew what we liked and we didn't like, we sat down and made a list. We made a list of must-haves. We made a list of wants. We made things, and things that would be okay either way. We had to think, do we want to buy a new one? Do we want to buy a used one? Well, in the past, we've always bought used ones. And a used camper was on the short list of must-haves. And I'll get into that later. So let's get right into this. The must-haves, the things that we knew. Well, let me tell you, we've had 2 truck campers and a 5th wheel, and Debbie had a pop-up camper and a travel trailer before, so we kind of knew what we were getting into. We knew what we needed and what we didn't need. So this time around, our must-haves. First was used. Second, when we started looking at rigs that we knew we wanted something small. We had a 29-foot 5th wheel. I'd gotten rid of the F350, and we now own a Ranger, a 2019 Ford Ranger, and it has a manufacturer 7,500 pound gross vehicle tow rating on it. Well, you obviously don't want to go all the way up to 7,500 pounds. So I was looking for something around 2/3 of that. We ended up this Passport 199 ML factory spec is 4,000 pounds dry with a gross vehicle weight rating of 5,400 pounds, which is still considerably under what my tow vehicle is capable of pulling. At 4,000 pounds, throw a little water in it, a few personal things, even up to 5,000 pounds, very comfortable, very easy to tow in that range. So, we knew we had a size limit, and to get to that weight limit, we knew we needed to be somewhere under probably 22 feet in a travel trailer. So we focused on, like 17 to 22 feet, just to kind of get us started. So then we kind of went into the other must-haves. My next first must-have was 2 axles. Now, if you've ever shopped for travel trailers in this 20-foot range, there aren't a ton of them out there that have twin axles. Why do I want twin axles? When we had our 5th wheel, Debbie's shaking her head. Our first or second shakedown cruise out of Kansas City, we had a blowout at 62 miles an hour going down the interstate. And if I hadn't had 2 axles on that 5th wheel, I'd have probably totaled a trailer. Because when you lose a tire in a hurry and you don't have a backup axle, you can roll a trailer. At the very least, you're going to lose control, and anything could happen. So that was a big one for me, was to have 2 axles, so I have 4 tires on the ground at all times.
And let me tell you, when you are cruising through looking at online for ones, that's where we looked, was online, mostly RV Trader. And we did look at eBay and some local Craigslist and things. But when you look at that picture and there's a single axle, scanned on by. Because that was really important to us.
Yeah. Now, just because it's important to us doesn't mean it's important to you. Everybody's needs are different. You know, you may have a small SUV that you know, and you just can't tow anything big enough to have 2 axles. I get that. We're just kind of telling you how we work through the process to decide what camper to buy this time around.
And your needs are different. If you're somebody that's pulling, 5-10 miles down to your local state park, that may not be as big of an issue. But for us, we know we are doing some long-term trips where we're going to want that capability of having the dual axle, because we will be doing a lot of highway miles.
Yeah, so probably the third must-have that we wanted was a 4-season. Now, we have done some winter camping, and I actually lived in our 5th wheel for 2 years through the winters in Kansas. And having a 4-season with an enclosed underbelly, it's huge. It's huge. A lot of them are nowadays. The newer ones, they just, they really have it. But they're putting more insulation into them nowadays. So having a 4-season one was very important, because we can really camp up in the Midwest, well into November with a 4-season camper, or some people call it a 3-season camper, but yeah. So that was another must-have for us. Probably the next 2 things have to do with the interior configuration. Like I say, having the truck campers and having the 5th wheels and the different types of units, as we got to looking at them, one of the things that came to mind really quick was when the slide is closed, you can't always get to the bathroom and the refrigerator, depending on the model. Now, we love to travel, and we're the kind of folks who, when we had the truck camper, even when we had the 5th wheel, we'll stop at a rest stop and have lunch, spend the night, take a nap, whatever. If there's road construction, we'll pull off and
Take a break,
spend a few hours. As we were looking at them, a lot of the trailers that had slide outs, and we wanted a slide out. In this class, in this size range, either the refrigerator was behind the slide or the bathroom door was behind the slide.
And ladies, stopping and having lunch, you want to have a restroom. So just saying.
So that was the next thing on the must-haves.
Yeah.
Adding all these things together, the other interior must-have that we really wanted was a U-shaped dinette that we have here. We had a U-shaped dinette in the truck camper, didn't we?
Yes.
And
no slide, but a U-shaped dinette.
We didn't have a slide, but we had a U-shaped dinette. And of course, we didn't have one in the 5th wheel, but we didn't need one there, did we?
No, we had a couch.
That's right.
And
we had a big couch.
Different.
So those were our must-haves. So, if you guys are getting ready to go camper shopping, I would advise you to sit down, talk to your significant other or your inner self, whichever it might be, and make a list of what is really important.
And the best thing to do too, we would go to, even though we had no intention of buying an RV a year and a half ago, but our life changed, and that happened. So that's one reason we wanted the smaller unit. But we would go to RV shows and we'd say, I like that, I don't like that, and make mental note of it. So if you're thinking about that, that's a great way to do it, to go to an RV show or go to your local dealer and check out and see what these things look like when you actually get in and walk around in a unit. For me, I had some kind of personal must-haves. We enjoy camping and cooking in our trailer. We like being able to, if we want to, if we see a place, ooh, that's like an awesome restaurant, let's stop and try it, take the leftovers, and being able to warm those up in our trailer. We have looked at a lot of them in this class, had a two-burner stove. And it was really important to me to have the 3-burner stove. Again, I like to do a lot of cooking. Some of them do not have an oven. Now the oven is small, but sometimes having that flexibility, if you want to use the oven, especially in the fall and winter camping, when you don't mind heating up your trailer.
She makes an awesome meatloaf. Awesome meatloaf. You can't do that in a microwave.
No. So the other thing we wanted was a separate refrigerator freezer where they have 2 separate doors, an upper and a lower. Again, many in this class, it looked like a dorm fridge.
Apartment fridge. Yeah.
Apartment fridge with a little freezer inside of it with just a little bit of room for ice. That doesn't work for Debbie. She uses a lot of ice. So those were some must-haves that I had for the kitchen. Also, one my must-have in the bedroom was I needed a bed that I could walk around. I didn't know any better, but the first travel trailer I had, pull behind me, had a walk-around bed. And I realized quickly how nice that was to be able to make the bed, because I had friends who had campers and they could not make the bed, and that was one of their big complaints. That's important to me, to have the bed made every day. If you don't care, it might not be a big deal to you. We actually have a Murphy bed in this camper, which we really enjoy because we can put the bed down at night. We can leave it down if we want to, or we can put it up. It travels well either way. Or we can put the bed up, and then we just have the Murphy couch set up that we can sit on the couch. And then we bought some little footstools. So that's perfect for us. But having the bed I could walk around was important. I'll turn back to you.
Awesome. The new versus used conversation. I don't want to tell anybody not to buy new, but I want to explain to you how I came to my decision that we will never buy a new camper. Resale value is one. Construction issues are another. And I'll talk about them separately. First off, the resale. Typically, campers are going to lose 10, 15, 20% of their value as you drive them off the lot. I know today in 2021, the new and used camper market is just crazy. Prices are crazy high. Dealerships are, giving large trade-ins to buy the new ones. And if you want something special at all that you need to order a new one, you're looking at 12 to 18 months delivery time. Even to order a 2021 Passport from Keystone, it's still like a 9 to 12 month waiting period to order one, because dealerships don't have them. They're all sold out. In the past, be it dumb luck, good negotiating, or a little bit of both, we've been able to sell our units when we were done with them for at least as much as we paid for them. And in order for that to happen, you have to buy them right the first time around. You have to buy them right, and that's just going to be extremely hard to do if you're investing in a brand new camper. The other reason that I shy away from buying a new camper is these campers are made very quickly, and this is not unique to any brand, because we have owned Lance, we have owned Forest River, and we now own Keystone. So, and it's the same in all of them. When they come out of the factory, there are always issues. Some people might find a leak in a roof. Some people might find a slide out of alignment. Somebody might find a window that doesn't work. The people that we purchased this one from did buy it new. And it's a 2019. And this is 2021. So they only had it 2 years, a little less than 2 years. And in that time, they had 3 warranty repairs. So one of them was the commode, and there was something about the design of it that it trapped gases, and there was a factory recall on them. So they had to get a new one. They ended up, the factory shipped him a new one, and I think he installed it himself. But not everybody can do that. And the other warranty work that they had done, their circuit boards, controllers on the water heater and the furnace and the refrigerator. And 2 of those blew circuits the first year. So he went ahead and replaced all 3 of them with upgraded motherboards, since they had them apart anyway. You know, these are just things that happen when you buy a new trailer. And if you're on the internet, on Facebook, on the forums like we are, you just see the stories, and you hear the horror stories. You know, yes, we bought our brand new camper, it needs a little warranty work, we can't get it in for 12 weeks. That's the other piece of it. Our peace of mind, our comfort by buying used, was we know that this camper has been used for 2 years, and all that little stuff has been worked out. All those little issues have showed themselves and have been repaired. And in another video, I will go through and show you all of the different upgrades and improvements that he did to this unit, you know, right after they bought it. You know, everybody wonders, why does somebody sell a unit after they put tons of work and tons of money into it? In this particular case, they were using it for a business, and they needed something considerably bigger because their business had grown, and they were basically,
great problem, right? Yeah,
they were basically living in it, and running a business out of it. It just wasn't big enough for what they're doing. Mm-hmm. You know, for us, we're retiring next year, and we're going to be traveling, and this is going to do us for now.
And you know, our needs could change, because we've already discussed that we may want something bigger. Right now, for the next year and a half till we retire, we want to be able to go back and forth to our place in Florida from the Midwest. Mm-hmm. And for this is going to be perfect. So, you know, just keep in mind that what your needs are now may not be your needs 3 years from now.
True. So, absolutely.
We just want to share with you what was important to us as we were looking, and why we chose the Passport.
Yes. So thanks for joining us today. I also have another video in the works about what were the first things we went out and bought after we bought our camper, because I see a lot of people asking, what do I need to get? What do I need to get on that first trip out? Well, of course, everybody's different, but we're going to give you a rundown on our shopping list for that first camping trip. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you've got any questions about this unit in particular, or about our process to come to this one, you know, write us down below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. So thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Say goodbye, Debbie.
Bye. Hope to see you on the road.